Hey guys, Cody here. I just wanted to add a warning to the beginning of this episode. I'm not sure why, but for some reason the audio got really messed up on this one. It's kind of pausing and it sounds like my voice is slightly sped up. I it's I did a few tests, but it's really above me, so I'm not sure why it's like that, but it should be fixed in the next one hopefully. So, sorry about that guys. Enjoy the episode.
Just one more level. Just one more level. Just one more level. Oh, what? It's time to do the podcast? Oh no. I don't have time to do the podcast. I'm too busy playing Mini Doom, which is a sponsor of today's podcast. No, I'm just kidding. I've literally been pretty addicted to this Doom mobile game though. It's actually a problem. I've been playing for probably the last 2 hours and I'm like, I should really record the podcast. But I've been literally sitting on my bed just playing this mini Doom. It's pretty addicting, but it's good. I needed a new mobile game in my life, so you know, let's get into it here. Welcome everybody back to the Roberts Just Board episode number 57. I This is going to be a late one. It's coming out late, but it's also probably going to be a short one because I don't have many topics this week. But I will say on the mobile game market that, like I was talking about in the intro there, that mini Doom game, it's pretty fun. I I recommend everybody to kind of go check it out. It doesn't seem to be. I mean, I've only played for a couple hours or whatever, hour and a half, but it doesn't seem to be pay to win, which is nice. Um, but it's I don't know, it's addicting and fun, and that's really what you want out of those games. I'm still heartbroken over Everdale. Supercell decided to be dickheads and shut it down. So I like to have one. I'm not a mobile gamer because I'm a real gamer. Excuse me. No offense, mobile gamers. You're still legitimate gamers. Just nobody respects you. Heyo. But yeah. So I just need like one mobile game at a time just to kind of sink my time into. If if I have downtime at work or if I'm eating my lunch or I just have a few minutes to spare. You're sitting at Tim Hortons, drinking a coffee. It's just nice to have a game on standby. And I think this will be my game for at least a little while. And what I like to do is I have a Google account for there's these survey accounts, and basically Google will send you surveys being like, did you watch this YouTube video, or did you stop at this location like Sobeys or Tim Hortons or whatever, and they'll just ask you survey questions, and you literally earn um you'll earn money for the Google Play Store. So I actually had because I was using it on Everdale and stuff when I wanted to buy little micro purchases, because those mobile games always get you with like those little $3 bundles. It'll be like a little $3 bundle, and you know it'll be a bunch of shit in the game, but it'll be 75% off. They give you those big sales, right? So I never sunk money into mobile games just because I don't because like I mean look at Everdale. If I sunk real money into that thing, I'd be pissed because they took it down. So and the longevity of mobile games just isn't there. It really isn't. So even with Mini Doom, it's like I'm not gonna sink any of my money into it. So that's why you know Google sends me these little surveys every I don't know sometimes usually once a day or so, sometimes twice a day. It really depends. It's based on your location and kind of what you drive by and stuff. So and you can kind of cheese the the surveys are based on honesty. Like, don't put down you made a purchase at a place on debit or something like that, because if you have your debit card linked to your phone or your bank account on your phone, it literally it will sift through your data to figure out you're lying. So the way that you circumvent that, just click the business that's close to you and then just hit yes, I paid, and then just put cash or other means because it can't track that. It doesn't know that. And then just hit no, you don't have the receipt when they ask for a receipt. And yeah, you get like six. It ranges. Sometimes you'll get like 20 cents all the way up to 60 cents. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but it adds up pretty quick, especially for like 2 second surveys. So I don't know. Like I said, I had 27 bucks saved up from, just a few months. I think I bought my disc golfing app. I have an app for it, and it's like 20 bucks a year. And I literally just pay for it with this free Google money. So I got into the new Doom game, and I already spent some of my money. I think I'm down to like 12 bucks in the Google fucking Play Store money because I already bought like some extras in this game because that's what I do. But you know, earlier this week, the reason I'm recording this late is because I've been so goddamn busy lately with work, and that happens a lot, and it happens to everybody. I mean, I'm not special in that regard, but it's just like been super stressful. And then I was making a stint around the country. Um, it was a long 6 hour drive I was going, 6 hours one way, about. And I was in dire need of diesel. I'm driving a diesel right now. And I was just almost, you know, on the E line almost. I was getting there. And I'm like, oh, well, I know there's no gas stations in this area because southern Alberta is like desolate wasteland pretty much. And I I was like, well, I rerouted my route to go 20 minutes out of my way because I know there's a gas station in this one area. And I go there, and the goddamn turns out the power's out. And the power, according to some guys that were there working on it, the power was out for about 60 kilometers in a 60-kilometer, I guess it would be radius. The power went out, and it was from the fucking hoarfrost that was building up. Because right now in Canada, at least Western Canada, we're going through kind of a stint of it's warming up right now, but it's also cooling off. And when you get those warm and cold fronts, there's kind of a buildup on power lines and, well, just everything, but power lines get affected by it a lot. It's called hoarfrost, and it's really nasty stuff for the power grid. But basically, that whole area, and I was desperate for gas, and so I need gas, but none of these gas stations are working. They don't have generators or any backup, so they're just literally closed. So I phoned this random Tempo in the middle of nowhere. Tempo's a gas station, if you don't know. And I'm like, "Do you guys have power?" And they're like, "Yeah, we have power." I'm like, "Do you have diesel?" And she's like, "Yeah, we have diesel." I'm like, fucking perfect. So, I go there and I feel up, and like I almost ran out, but I'm like, I made it there by the skin of my teeth. And I was just fucking nervous because I had ran out of fuel on that very same trip before. So it would have been really embarrassing for work to have to phone, our fleet management to get a tow truck to bring me some diesel, or the whatever, tow me to a gas station, depending on how far it would be. So that'd be, you know, but at least I'd have a good excuse. Oh yeah, the power grid went out. But it made me think though, uh, just how fragile our society is. You know, one, like, that's it, power outage. That's it. That's all it would take for this whole world to just go upside down. If the power grid went out, like, we'd be fucked. What would we do? No heating our homes. Oh, excuse me. No heating our homes, no video games, no light, like, no nothing, no recreational stuff. We'd have to burn wood. We'd have to have wood stoves and cook food over wood, like over fire, over wood. Cook the food on the wood. it would be we'd have to go back to caveman days almost, and it was literally it I don't know. I was just thinking the whole time I'm driving, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, that's all it took was power going out. And apparently those people have been without power for 2 days now. So it's like, Jesus Christ. Like, I can't imagine. Like, I'm such a baby. I can't imagine having power. Like, I remember the power went out one day because they were working on the lines. We didn't have power for like 6 hours. I didn't even know what to do with myself. I actually had to go outside and walk, I think. Like, good God. What is this world coming to? But I don't know. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that if the power goes out, we're all fucked. And I got a taste of that yesterday with, and so I feel sorry for the people of that area in southern Alberta that are without power, because that's gonna fucking suck going 2 days. And just imagine the amount of people's, if they have electric heaters and not gas. Well, even if they have gas, most of them are electric to a degree. There's some port of electricity, but if you have an electric heater, definitely you're screwed. Can't heat your home, so your pipes are gonna freeze. Like, Jesus, it's crazy. But moving on from that, the first topic of the day is a strange one. It'll be a quick one too, but it's a strange one. So as we know, there's this Harry Potter game coming out. What the fuck? Oh, sorry. You guys are gonna hear my chair creak a lot because I'm a heavy bitch. But there's this Harry Potter game coming out. Hold on. No, I don't want to look up the Duke of Sussex, Prince Harry. He's a military officer. Did you know that? Yeah, everybody did. Okay, so Harry Potter controversy. Let me just look it up. Sorry. Again, I should have brought up this stupid. Should have brought up the article ahead of time. But yeah, so anyways, there we all know there's this game coming out soon. It's called Hogwarts Legacy. It's basically the Harry Potter wet dream for fans. It's it's a I think it's open world. It's supposed to be anyway, I think. But it's like a Harry Potter kind of open world style game where you're at Hogwarts and you get to do your own thing, be your own wizard. It honestly looks pretty sick. But what makes me cringe is that basically, so it's weird because in the LGBTQ community, J.K. Rowling and stuff, the author of Harry Potter, she used to be like big in that community. Like, she used to be super popular, especially with like a lot of the left wing, just talking heads and all that, right? She was big, and I remember she said Dumbledore's confirmed to be gay, and then Dumbledore actually was gay in the Fantastic Beasts movies, and she just basically retconned a bunch of her lore to make it more into that community. And basically what she was doing, and I mean, you could argue with me on this, I don't care, but basically what she was doing is pandering to that crowd. But she learned the hard way that it doesn't matter how much you fucking pander to these people, you're eventually going to be a target. You could pander all your life, but the moment you step out of line just once to them, you're dead. So, and that's what happened with J.K. Rowling. She, unfortunately for her, stepped out of line with the community. I don't remember exactly what happened, but it had something to do with her. They, I guess I'll just read this part here. But basically, what they're saying in the article here is the Harry Potter franchise has been cursed with controversy ever since its creator, writer J.K. Rowling came out as a TERF. So TERF is actually a term that I've just learned about. It's called trans exclusionary radical feminist. So basically, she's a feminist, but she excludes trans people. I'm guessing I've heard this again. I've heard this term a couple times, turf, but I'm guessing it's just a person that doesn't count trans women as women, which is pretty fair because they're not. Sorry. And began speaking out against trans rights in the UK. TERFs are notorious for spending a concerning amount of time talking about toilets and who gets to sit on them, the shape of strangers' genitals, chromosomes, and raging against preferred pronouns. They must be fun at parties. This is clearly a left wing. Oh, this is Forbes. Yeah, it's a Chinese article, so it's probably a left wing fucking. It's probably a left wing journalist trying to get that Chinese money. While Rowling was initially cautious of expressing her views on Twitter, she eventually became more outspoken and increasingly defensive about critics, eventually writing a book, The Ink Black Heart, about a YouTuber hounded and doxxed by social justice obsessed Twitter trolls. Wow, I didn't even know that. She made a fucking book about a YouTuber that got doxxed. That's hilarious. And according to them, Rowling even blocked fellow fiction writer Stephen King on Twitter after King tweeted the simple statement, "Trans women are women." In an interview with the Daily Beast, King explained. I don't understand why Stephen King would hop on these bandwagons. That's very weird to me. But basically, Stephen King said Joe canceled me. She sort of blocked me and all that. Here's the thing. She's welcome to her opinion. That's the way the world works. Well, that's nice of him. If she thinks that trans women are dangerous or that trans women are somehow not women or whatever problem she has with it, the idea that someone masquerading as a woman is going to assault a real woman in the toilet, if she believes all those things, she has a right to her opinion. And then someone tweeted at me, "Do you think trans women are women?" And I said, "Yes, I do." And that's what she got angry about. My opinion. Okay. Yeah, but the funny thing about that though is that that is a problem. I'm not saying anything like yes, you can claim you're a woman, that's fine. Like whatever. But the bathroom thing is weird. I don't give a fuck who you think you are. Okay? I don't care. This isn't about this isn't about individuals. This is about I mean, it technically is about individuals, but it's not about one individual like these people that are actual pretty much women, you know? It's about the one motherfucker that's gonna game the system and just be a full on grown fat ass like me, but just says he's a woman and walks in and, does some weird shit. Because you know that's gonna happen. There's been peeping toms going in the girls' washroom for years. It's the same with me. I wouldn't want to know there was a girl in the guys' washroom. That'd be kind of fucking awkward. You know, I'm just blowing my asshole out while there's a fucking girl doing her makeup in there or something. Like fuck that. Fucking crazy bastards. Um, the article continues here. It says Rowling recently lashed out. I think this is what caused the whole backlash on the game here. Rowling recently lashed out at trans YouTuber Jesse Earl, known as Jesse Gender. I don't know who the fuck that is. After Earl urged gamers not to buy Hogwarts Legacy. Rowling compared Earl's comment to burning book. Oh, to book burning, sorry. Dyslexia, apparently. Earl's comment to book burning and pure think. And this is J.K. Rowling on Twitter. They actually have the Twitter um whatever you call it, transaction. This is J.K. Rowling. She says, "Deeply disappointed at Jesse Gender. Doesn't realize pure think is incompatible with owning anything connected with me in any form. The truly righteous wouldn't just burn their books and movies, but the local library. Anything with an owl on it and their own pet dogs. Hashtag do better." And Jesse Earl replied with, I will not begrudge anyone their love of past works or thing they already own that they take comfort in. I own the first 9 movies and all 7 books myself, but any support of something like Hogwarts Legacy is harmful. What the fuck? I don't even understand why Hogwarts Legacy is harmful. This person's fucking retarded. I use that word lightly, guys. Earl later released a statement urging the LGBTQ community to stand united against bigotry. Rowling wants to divide us versus them because she has so fallen down a pipeline of hate that frames trans people, already a deeply vilified and marginalized community, and yet one that is so filled with strength and joy as the enemy, which we aren't, Earl wrote. So I just remind you that TERFs are harmful and awful, and that trans rights and liberation can only exist in a world that is equal for everyone. Our fight is everyone's fight, and we stand together. Love you all, my friends. So that's Earl. Jesse Earl, which I'm guessing is a. I'm guessing that's a guy that's transgender. He's a girl now. So, they say in the article here, what does this have to do with the video game? This is what I want to know too. We're gonna learn together, guys. Excuse me. The concern is that Rowling, an exceedingly wealthy and influential figure, is using her platform to spread hatred against trans people, and is being emboldened by the success of her franchise. While Harry Potter remains phenomenally popular, beloved by children and adults around the world, many fans have since distanced themselves from the wizarding world, with Rowling's views having killed the magic. Oh fuck, that's so bullshit. I've never once thought that like Harry Potter or anything like that was transphobic or anything like and nothing. The funny thing about this whole thing is that nothing that Rowling has said is like dangerous in any way. It's just it's just basic facts of life, guys. That's all it is. Okay? Like I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me, man. Or woman or whoever's listening. I love you. I'm gonna tell you I love you. I'm gonna tell you in secret. Hey, mama, whisper in your ear. Sorry. I just like whispering. It's kind of fun. Anyways, let's keep going here. So, yeah. Okay. While Harry. Oh, no, I already read that. Yeah. So, Rowling's views have killed the magic. Hence, the gaming community is split between people who are actively boycotting the game and those who plan on buying it. That's me. Rowling certainly isn't the world's first disappointing author, but she is still earning money from the game's license. Although the creators of the game stressed that Rowling was not involved in its production and have ensured that players could choose to play as a transgender character. Oh, thank God. Of course, Rowling is not the only undeserving beneficiary of cash. There's no such thing as ethical consumption in an exploitative world, and some argue that Hogwarts Legacy is just another bloodstained purchase in a crowded landscape of unethical supply chains. What in the fuck are they even talking about at this point? So, I just, and that's what it came back to for me. This whole argument against this game. I can understand that you don't like J.K. Rowling and you don't like. Basically, let me boil this down for you guys. What it boils down to is J.K. Rowling has her own point of view about transgender people, and that's fine. That's okay, guys. That's okay. People can have their own point of view. That doesn't fucking mean shit for you. Okay? And she's always been so on the ball about inclusiveness. That's what makes this even more hilarious. Because she was all about the LGBTQ rights. She just doesn't believe that a trans woman is a fucking woman. That's it. That's her line in the sand, okay? Which is not terrible, but it doesn't matter. That's her line in the sand. It has nothing to do with her writing style. It has nothing to do with any of that stuff. Like, look at Stephen King. He's drinking the tea. He's being full on leftist, and he wrote some of the most fucked up shit in the world. Like, it goes with separating the art from the artist. Like, it has nothing to do with it. And what makes it worse for me about this is that they're just bashing a game because the game is based on her property. She didn't make this game, guys. Who fucking did? Who made? Oh, Avalanche Software. I think they're a subsidiary of Warner Brothers Interactive. They must be, because Warner Brothers is the. Yeah. That is their parent organization, Warner Brothers. Because Warner Bros owns the music, the movies. Yeah. So Avalanche Software is who made this fucking game, not J.K. Rowling. It's just based off her property. And these people are so goddamn stupid that they're boycotting this video game because they don't like the author. Like, grow the fuck up. Get a pair of balls, you pussies. Like, which apparently you can do. That's what you believe in. So you guys, if you're a girl, grow balls. If you're a guy, transition and keep your balls. Like, you gotta be able to separate the art from the artist. And if you're that hung up, and I don't think anything J.K. Rowling's done has been really too crazy. So, like, it's cringe. DEFCON level 8 cringe. You're literally gonna sabotage a game studio that put their heart and fucking soul into this game. And the ironic thing is that most of these people like this franchise. They're just against it because now the creator's transphobic, and I just can't support that. It's pathetic. Anyways, they go on. So they said supply chains. I don't know who this is. Lucia Everblack on Twitter says, my tweets about not supporting Hogwarts Legacy nor the people wishing to buy, stream, play it have led to a constant barrage of transphobes in my replies, my DMs, and now tagging me. Instead of caving in and giving up, I want to give you all a history lesson, so buckle up. Okay, not sure what that was. Zolo, that's at Singularity When. He replied to, looks like he replied to that. It said, I have bought soda from Coca-Cola, avocados from literal cartels, clothes made in sweatshops, coffee probably picked by slaves, all kinds of shit from Nestle, and almost certainly so have you. Hogwarts Legacy is an absurd line to draw. Yeah, well, he's not wrong. And then it says, others simply shrug and separate the art from the artist. This is the gamer guy at Gamer News Discuss. I think I've heard of this guy, actually. I think I've seen that one before. If you're buying Hogwarts Legacy, I understand that you are capable of separating the art from the artist, even an uninvolved one. And just because you're excited about a game, you do not align yourself with the views of JKR. Don't let anyone guilt you into thinking otherwise. That's exactly it. He nailed it. He fucking nailed it. Some even take a perverse enjoyment in supporting the game for the supposed glee of triggering advocates of social justice. Oh, this should be good. This is at Bleeds for Gold. I might get Hogwarts Legacy just to spite people who care so much. I support trans people's rights to become who they feel they are inside, but I'm still genuinely perplexed about why anyone gives two shits about J.K. Rowling's political opinions. That was somebody taking glee in triggering people. That guy fucking nailed it too, or gal, or whoever it is on a Bleeds for Gold. He fucking nailed it right on the head. That's exactly what I've said. You can tell this Forbes article is just wrote by the most cringe level fucking lefty. And it's like, Because he even says in his tweet, and he didn't even need to say that much, but he said it. He said, "I support trans people's rights." That's exactly what I said earlier. Because I feel the same way. I support them. Do what the fuck you want. It's your body, but you gotta understand that people are gonna have their opinions, and that's okay. And it has nothing to do with their art. If you find something transphobic in Harry Potter, that's on you. That's on you. But when I look at Harry Potter, it's a very diverse cast, very diverse, everything. I don't see anything like Dumbledore's fucking gay. Like, there's nothing in that shows transphobia. Now, yeah, you can call her a transphobe for not including, not thinking that trans women are real women. That's fine because technically that is transphobic, but it's doesn't have anything to do with this game. So, but yeah, so it goes on. The article goes on to say the effects this has had on the game's reception. Uh, and I won't read it. It's just a bunch of bullshit. But at the end of this, it says in a thoughtful piece for GameSpot that outlined the dangerous ripples of anti-trans rhetoric, Jesse Earl, the one from before, successfully summarized the point of the debate. You're and this is Jesse Earl on Twitter. You're not a bad person if you want to play Hogwarts Legacy. Many trans people themselves are planning to buy the game despite their justified anger towards Rowling. Yet, the important thing is not to condemn the game or renounce your love of Harry Potter. It's to wrestle with the complexity of it and decide for yourself. What the fuck? That is literally like going back on what you said earlier. Like, like in the other tweet, it said any support of something like Hogwarts Legacy is harmful, and now it's like this whole thing is going like, no, it's okay, you can do it, you can buy it if you want. Lots of us are buying it, but it's complex. You gotta decide for yourself. I don't know. I'm just gonna read a couple comments here on this article on Forbes. It's kind of funny. There's this one that comes from its Observer. It says, "Didn't have to dig too deeply into the article to establish the author's bias." I actually expected Forbes to be more balanced in the reportage. No. Uh, what's this come from? Jack. The only people having this debate are those who live on Twitter. True. Not agreeing to share feminism with biological men isn't radical. It's common sense. Okay. This one comes from Dan. Just Dan. Shame. If J.K. Rowling had more to do with it, I'd buy the deluxe edition. Anyone holding back on this game because of woke ideas are ironic, as they live in a fantasy rather than play one. Oh, yeah, you're not wrong, Dan. Thanks for sharing your comment. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I really like that Observer. His name's Observer, so I don't know what the fuck that means, but yeah, I really like that because that's how I felt too. It's like didn't have to dig too deeply into the article to establish the author's bias. That is too funny. Yeah, very biased. So, to sum up this one, guys, it's just it's ridiculous. It's it, at the end of the day, what these people are doing is essentially review bombing. Here, let me see. Actually, hold on. Let me open my Steam. I'm gonna open my Steam here because basically, I have a screenshot that my buddy actually sent me it because Hogwarts Legacy is actually getting review bombed. There it is. Yes, I think it's on. There's a deluxe edition for $80. Oh, okay, it's out. Sorry, the game's not out, but I think they changed the review thing. It sucks that this is coming out at the same time as Sons of the Forest because I kind of want to play both. But just let me check. Let me take a look here. Because my buddy sent it. He's on Xbox, I think. Huh. Weird. Okay, this might be bullshit. Or they must have fixed it because this was from my friend. He wouldn't fuck that up. Like it's the Photoshop would be too good. And it's not even a screen cap he took. He took a picture of his monitor, that idiot. But anyways, it under if you go to Steam pages of games, it says popular user defined tags for this product. So people could tag it. And what they had it tagged under was transphobic, anti Semitic, pro slavery, and magic, which magic is actually still on there. Right now it says magic fantasy open world adventure RPG. But yeah, it had those other tags, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna say it's true because he well he took a he took a picture of a screen, and there's no it it's not something that he could have it's not something he could have photoshopped. I know him. He's not that good. But and I think a couple other friends shared it too. Hmm. But yeah, so that's either way. It's pretty obvious that this is gonna get review bombed. Um, we'll see what happens. I I hope it's a great game, and I'm gonna fucking play it. You know, I haven't looked too much into it. I've obviously seen some things on it, but I don't want to ruin the game for myself. I hate that. That is, I'll say that is one of my fucking triggers. Is when people fucking like look into a game and like look everything on it and like just go deep into the game, right? And look up every video on it. It's like fucking what what is there to do after that? Like you fucking ruin the game for yourself. Like I like to go to a game and have mystery. My last game like that I'll tell you guys about is Elden Ring. I went into Elden Ring not knowing shit. I didn't. I just remember. I just know the internet was freaking out. Like everybody was shitting their fucking pants over this game. So I was like, well, it must be good. And like I'm like, I'm not very good at, like I didn't really like Souls games before that, but I think I was just too young to play them. Like I just didn't get them at the time, even though I was like 23 when I played them, 24. But I was just I don't know, I was stupid back then. Every year I look back and I'm like, I was stupid then. But I just didn't have the patience for him. But I played Elden Ring, went in completely blind, and I just got sucked into that world and like obsessed with it. Because how much did I have in that Elden Ring? Yeah, Elden Ring. I have 105 hours in Elden Ring, and I beat it. That was my very first playthrough. I did like fucking everything, and God, what a great game! But anyways, that's all for me today. Really, that's all I had to say. Um, again, guys, when it comes to this stuff, you make your decision. You make your, I pretty much rambled for like 30 minutes about Hogwarts Legacy controversy, but I just, I don't think, I think it's very fucking shallow, and I think it's very unfair uh, to essentially you're essentially hurting a game studio that worked really hard on a game because you don't like the author of the books, of the movies, of the game that's based off these things. The game is based off the books and the movies, and the author wrote the books. Like, why? Like, you just gotta take a step back and realize your privilege, and just realize that you're fighting a losing battle, and you're pissing people off, and you need to stop. You need to do better. Like Joey Swole would say, you need to do better. Because this shit has gone on way too far. It's gone on far too long. And I, just like many others, we're just sick of it. Just sick of all this shit. People fighting. People need to just mind their own business. Do what you want. Be who you want. I don't care. But stop shoving your opinion down everybody else's throat, and stop trying to make the world change to suit your needs. You know? You have your basic human rights. You could be who you are. You could do what you want. Leave it at that. You don't need to be center of attention. You don't need to be... Fuck. Like, I said it once and I'll say it again. If these people in these communities that think they're oppressed, if they want real oppression, move to fucking Russia. Move to the Middle East. You know? Move to fucking Africa. Move anywhere out of the first world. Then you'll see some fucking oppression in your life. Anyways, I've been rambling on too long. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to follow the podcast on all social media. Links are in the description below. Bye, guys.